This episode is sponsored by Hartwig Blacksmithing.
Hand-forged quality. All of my knives are handmade from premium quality high-carbon steel. Each piece is handmade from start to finish to ensure optimal quality and performance.
Chef knives, hunting knives, everyday carry knives, everything in between. Custom orders available upon request. Go check him out.
HartwigBlacksmithing.com.
You can find him on Instagram at Hartwig Blacksmithing.
And then you end it by saying, cut with a knife.
Download that. Okay, good. There it is. From the... Oh, my phone is garbage.
Your size 11, Tom?
10 and a half, 11, but sometimes the 10 and a half is too.
I can't tell because my phone is low on storage.
Is that why?
Maybe that's why. Is yours low on storage?
I don't know. I've never looked, but I have 15,000 pictures on it.
That's low.
The answer is yes.
That's probably low on storage.
So that would affect the quality?
Yes, for sure. Because I can zoom in on the photo that I have. Right?
Oh, wow.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, you had the booger in the nose.
Yeah. You didn't pick it like that.
Good, we're all recording this.
This is still on? This whole time, I think it's fascinating that, you know, we sit here, we banter, we joke, we make
light.
we have silly time. But ultimately, when we leave here, and by we I mean my brother Thomas and I.
No, this is my house.
Okay. Thomas lives in this tiny little shed.
Sometimes I stay the night to edit.
Okay. Well, I always leave because it's uncomfortable. And by uncomfortable, I mean it's flipping hot in here. Good God. But it's 112 outside, so carry the one. That puts us at 137. People die immediately at 139.
I've got 911 on standby now.
If we ever make any money on this podcast, which we hope to, and if you'd like to sponsor an episode, reach out to us. We would be happy to oblige you, and all the funds will go straight towards air conditioning and insulation.
And making sure that we are safe and we can continue the important work that we do.
The very important work.
And don't contact OSHA. Like, we're...
don't worry about that.
Don't worry about the legality of
don't
what we're
waste
doing.
their time.
Because we are doing this podcast in California, and there are a lot of regulations here, and we are skirting them, we are shirking them, and we are beating around the bush.
A lot of people would even say we're doing the Lord's work.
And by a lot of people, he means me, Travis, and Thomas, and our 4 listeners. So, but I say this because I leave. I will be leaving very shortly, I hope. Thomas doesn't leave because his wife Courtney said, "Stay out there. Yeah. Stay in the shed.
Stay out there. How dare you?"
Travis will probably be sleeping here because he just looks tired. But ultimately, we leave, and we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what pieces and words and beautifully eloquent phrases we've uttered will get to be kept, because Travis and his minion Isaac, and Isaac, we do love you, but they're in cahoots. Yep. And they will go and they will slice and dice and they will
check it thrice.
The strings.
The puppet masters.
The puppet masters with their little toys,
gizmos and gadgets,
and making things look and sound. Oh, look at how witty Travis is. 7 different edits later. So the idiom of tonight, or this afternoon, or wherever you find yourself on a long commute home,
midday,
to work, or maybe you're just sitting around the campfire with your family looking for a laugh or a lark, if you will, which we've covered. Go back to episode 5 or 7. I don't remember where it is.
4.
But shooting the breeze was great. But here we are, pulling the strings. So pulling the strings, I feel like, has been around since
the dawn of marionettes.
since marionettes, you can't, Travis. We've talked about this.
You can't deny.
When I introduce an idiom,
Sure.
Thrice now,
You said, "Shut your dang mouth."
You keep your dang hands off her.
This is my idiom. I will have my way. So, pulling the strings. If you haven't heard this before, you're an idiot. Everybody knows pulling the strings is like the puppet master behind the scenes. It's the one who is basically making it all happen.
Calling the shots.
Calling the shots. By the way.
I wonder where this came from.
Is it too easy? Is this one too easy?
Anyway, keep going.
So, to me, pulling the strings is, I think it's self-explanatory. And maybe we've talked about doing an episode where we just do the idioms that are just so obvious, like you just can't deny it. Maybe do 20 of them and see if they are literally what they mean. But
Right.
pulling the strings, if it doesn't mean what I think it means, then I'll be shocked. But
Then you're not who you think you are.
and then my entire identity will be in conflict.
It's weighed in the
It's
balance.
a house of cards.
Is tied up in this idiom
It's tied up
with strings.
with strings.
Yep.
Tied up with X's and O's and
So what do you think?
well, I mean, yeah, I think pulling the strings does come from the marionette days, as you so
Which days were those?
Yeah,
bluntly put it.
do you think?
1637, the first marionette invented by Antonella Marionetta.
I think
it's
it's
Italian.
I think it's BC.
You think
Wow.
marionettes
Yeah,
were
puppets are
BC?
BC.
Puppets.
Good
But
God, you're
those
an
were
idiot.
finger puppets back then.
I want the strings, Trav.
That's
I want
a
all
great
the strings.
point you bring up. When did it
Right. When
progress?
why did they take
from
them off the
fingers
hands?
to
Someone up above.
pulling strings?
I have no strings to hold me
Me back.
down.
Yeah, Pinocchio, obviously.
Okay.
Obviously, Pinocchio.
Anyways.
Switzerland, I think.
Sorry, I
Austria?
will just say that I think it's earlier
I feel
than
like
what you said.
Pinocchio. I think he was in Switzerland.
1637, humanity was preoccupied with.
They didn't have time to watch little
Exploration, yeah,
marionettes
exactly.
dancing
Anyways, keep going.
across the screen.
1637. You've made your bed. You'll
Did
lie
I
in
say
it.
1637?
You did.
Like you
Isaac,
just said that.
Let's check this.
So,
Which days were those?
Yeah,
bluntly put it,
What do you think?
1637, the first.
Yeah. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's marionettes. I think that it is. You are looking at something that is happening in real time, and you're thinking, "Wow, that's neat. Look at him dance. Look at Pinocchio. Oh, so neat." Pinocchio is probably a bad example because there were no strings.
No.
But the people dancing next to Pinocchio, and you're as a child just mesmerized by these wooden puppets dancing and frolicking and in gaiety. But yet behind the scenes there is a puppeteer, the puppet master, if you will, controlling and manipulating. And so pulling the strings is like somebody's behind this, you know. Sure, this looks like a legitimate business.
Sure, this seems like a
entity.
legitimate podcast.
Right.
But who's actually
Who's
funding
actually
this?
editing and cutting this?
Soros?
Isaac is.
No.
And by Soros, we are funded by the deep state.
No. This is gonna be cut.
This
I
is a
will
conspiracy
okay,
episode.
anyways.
Yeah, this is a flat Earth
Pulling the
episode.
strings. So as Dan was saying, the marionettes next to Pinocchio. I don't know what that meant, but
You don't know who Pinocchio is?
No, I do, but he was the
He didn't have any strings.
no.
My point
because
is
he was
the
a real
people
boy.
next to he's a real boy.
But
The people next to him were true marionettes. They had their strings
Yeah,
being
maybe
pulled.
you're more familiar with The Sound of Music with the Lonely Goat Herd, and they're up there, and the
Yay,
goat comes.
olé,
up.
olé.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
am very familiar with
Me
that
too.
and comfortable with it.
Well,
too.
they were
Well, I
high
lo-
on a hill, I believe,
the
with
lonely
a lonely goat herd.
Yep.
Leodaloo is the correct pronunciation of that.
Sorry, but I think that we got a
Soon
little
the
off
mama
track there.
with okay. Go on.
Checking the levels.
So I'm checking the levels.
Whenever Travis has nothing to say, he pretends that he's
fiddles
adjusting
with-
levels.
He's turning little dials and switches that aren't plugged
It's
into
important
any-
work, everybody. It's
plugged
important
into
work.
anything.
Every time you scream, I have to. So
You always
but
say my levels are maxed out every time. Why is that? And why have you not adjusted accordingly?
but
Who's pulling the strings of my levels?
This
You
is
are.
my.
And
I am
Isaac,
pulling
who-
the strings. Isaac and I pull the strings for this, but it's kind of like. Here's what I think of. The scenario is
Sure.
you're talking with a buddy,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Man, I've been out of work. It's been really hard."
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, "Hey, well, I know a guy who maybe has an opening. Let me see if I can pull some strings."
Okay.
So one has to wonder if there's some complex machine that is run by strings, and I just think of a little guy pulling strings and like, this'll do it. That's more of a one for
you
lighthearted.
just- you-
Anyways, but pull the strings.
You struck a chord with me. And when I say struck a chord, I'm
Like a
thinking
guitar
A
string
musical.
instrument, and I'm thinking a piano.
Oh.
If you are not listening to this, what are you doing? What are you doing with
This
your
is-
life?
This is good stuff, everybody.
God.
Do they have any idea the gold mine that we are delving into?
It's like more.
But think of it.
That was good. That was good.
Right?
The chords, yeah.
The chords, the piano. If some people don't realize that behind and beneath and underneath the belly of the piano is a stringed instrument.
That's true.
That needs to be tuned, and there are these strings beneath, and I know that I went with the marionette, and I want to hedge my bets on Marion and Antoinette, but Marie Antoinette, marionette.
Nets?
It's got to be a connection.
Yep.
Nets, fish, throw the net out. I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Sorry, we
But
are
I-
hedging your bets. Yeah.
But I do think that possibly the pulling of the strings is, maybe connected to tuning an instrument. I don't know. I'd like to see somebody go deeper with the strings and the fish, though. Pulling
Tom?
of the strings.
Tom,
the
you're-
fish.
Tom, you're an
Who's
avid-
really pulling the string? Or the hook?
You're an
Or
avid
the
fisherman.
dangling hook?
Would you
I
say
wouldn't
you're
say
avid?
avid. What's another word that's
Amateur.
not as...
Tom, you fish.
Tom,
There we go.
You have
You
casted
have a line into the deep
waters.
waters of philosophy.
Sure. Well, no. Let's just stick to an actual lake,
A
or
lake
a river
water.
or a stream.
I'm going more. I'm picturing more magician. I picture
Oh, that's good.
a string
going.
through his shirt into pockets. You know how like brant brant.
See,
You know, it's like
and that
So when Tom
is
says
why
Brant, I know you can't see what he's doing.
like
Yep.
it's pulling.
But he's
at the end
pulling at
of,
things,
of
Brant
the
and
fiscal
Brant.
cycle, I evaluate kind of our business plan, and I look at all the pieces, and I think of what does this person offer us, and I look at our hosts, and I do an analysis, and with
a
Tom,
rating system. if
and
you
with
will.
Thomas, that's what I can always rely on, that he provides just an out-of-the-box answer. So sorry, keep going.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So a magician is obviously pulling on strings to make a lot of his contraptions work that the audience can't see.
See, and this is what I mean.
It hurts so bad. I can't breathe.
Hey, when we look up the definition,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
could be
And I've got
That's
it right
what
here.
terrifies me.
I've got it
That's
right
the
there.
constant terror is that Thomas's guesses are gonna land, and I'm gonna throw out my entire brain because it's so freaking.
Well, you know when you're third, you're grasping for straws. You are you're
Travis-
trying to catch just a line, a string, something to hold on to. And that's where I feel
Hanging-
like I've
hanging-
landed
Hanging
as
by a
the
thread,
Hanging by
if
a
you
thread.
will.
hanging by a thread.
So you're saying you want to go first now?
No,
Oh, okay.
just saying when you get down to this option, you're left with little
Wait. He landed on. What did you land on?
magicians.
Magicians. Okay. I would love, and Isaac, if you're listening, which I know you are, because we're now paying you handsomely. to edit this.
handsomely.
I gotta give him a shave ice card, but I just want to listen to Tom's top 10, just the guesses. I want the pickle. I want it all. I want to highlight. Can we do that for
we should do some highlight reels.
I think our subscribers,
but that's for subscribers.
Should get.
We could have a subscriber for each of us.
Yeah. So
subscribe to Travis's answers. Subscribe to Thomas's answers.
I just think our subscribers deserve like a cut, edited version of just Tom's best
it doesn't have
guesses.
to be just me.
And again, Isaac and I
several times
look at the hard numbers.
But I want to.
That will help.
Who's guessed the most right? Pack.
That's a good point.
One for one, yeah.
Trav has 2.
I have 2 cigars and cuffs,
I think I was close on Neck of the Woods for a little bit, but Jeff was there with me.
Jeff was right in the mix.
Jeff was helping.
Okay, I'm not. As much as I laughed at your guess and your I don't even know
words that
came out of your mouth. That wasn't bad. It really wasn't bad.
Wait, what did he say again?
He said
the magicians. Okay.
Yeah, strings going up
plausible.
over there.
It's plausible.
Hey, Tom, which magic trick do you think incorporates strings? What do you think?
I don't know. I picture something in the
No, I know what you picture. No. Here's what you're picturing.
You're like,
stop. I want to
tell
you. Yes. You didn't let me say it.
You're emptying
Thomas is
pebbles
picturing.
into
It's not a magic trick.
a prison yard.
He's picturing in Great Escape with Steve McQueen. All of our Steve McQueen fans out there.
Very good.
No, not the new Steve McQueen.
Talented filmmaker, but the actor.
Yeah, the actor. But it's also Shawshank as well.
Dirt in the yard of the German prisoner of war camp. They had these bags of different soil, and it was a darker soil than the topsoil that would be around the yard in the prison camp.
They couldn't eat it.
They couldn't eat it, but they had to get rid of it because they were digging these tunnels to get out. And they had these little strings attached to their pockets, and they'd walk around while they were doing their marching drills. They'd pull the strings, and the dirt would release, and then they would march and they would stamp. No, that's not what you're picturing because
you said exactly.
Right. But you're pulling something to make
whatever.
I like that. I like that. I
like you
still feel marionette
and you let a little bird flaps out of your pocket because you open the door of the cage or something.
That's good, Tom.
Okay.
You know what?
Can we get on board?
Dumb of an answer as you typically give.
This one's not the dumbest. Yeah.
This would have a Lorg stamp, and Travis.
Lorg would be intrigued. I'll tell you that.
Can you make a stamp that says like Lorg approves of
this?
No.
Here it is. And what is this? Episode 17.
Sure.
When this drops, I'll have already posted, but merch is available.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and I've got
T-shirts,
T-shirts,
good
pins,
Lord,
stickers,
that was funny.
Hats,
good Lord,
Lorgs.
That was funny.
Doing the Lorg's work. One episode.
I'm gonna have a specialty T-shirt made with a collaboration from a local artisan. Lorg lives.
Lorg lives. Long lig Lorg. Long Lorg live.
Long I like that. Long lig Lorg. So, anyways, Tom's wrong.
Okay.
Tom's
All right.
definitely
Are we
wrong.
looking it
but
up?
No. Yeah,
we
sure.
are?
I'll read it. You look it up. But this is definitely, it's pulling the strings. I'll see what I can do. It is the Overlord. It is the omniscient
Overlord.
It is the Overlord, the omniscient narrator.
What era were you going with, Trev?
Shoot. We've been having so much fun. I forgot what I said.
Yeah. We all did.
1600s was my guess.
I said BC. I said maybe not
170.
AD/BC, very early on.
You can't say AD/BC.
Sorry. No, but I'm thinking the Mediterranean,
Greek,
Roman, Greek islands,
Italy.
the Roman, sure, all of that.
Yeah.
One time I was in a geography beat, and I'll tell you this: I didn't study at all. And the moderator gave me some just terrible question, something about depth and geographic location. And I said, the Black Sea. And they said, correct.
Wow.
And I went another round.
Wow.
I felt great.
Who was pulling the strings on that little
Exactly.
You said the
adventure?
Black Sea? This is an interesting fact I just saw on Facebook. You know Ariel, all her sisters, she had 7 of them. They each had different...
Sorry, go back.
Ariel from Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Each
Is
sister,
that the Hans Christian Andersen
each sister
show?
was a different sea. One had black hair for the Black Sea.
One had Aegean hair. Thomas?
One
What does
had
Aegean
Mediterranean hair.
look like?
It came up on my media
Red
feed,
Sea,
and it
Red
was
Sea.
fascinating.
And
Yellow
what, you
Sea?
spent 6.5 seconds reading it and
I
then
never-
scrolled through?
Yeah, no, it was just one of those weird
It adds
history
up,
facts.
Travis.
Okay.
Black
okay.
Sea, Red Sea, Yellow Sea,
And here we are.
Aegean.
Do you think celebrities are more or less likely to pull strings to get out of jail than average people? Why or why not? Okay, that's weird. So that's the initial brain tease or whatever. Okay, pull strings, meaning use your own or someone else's influence to get what you want. I think we're on track with
We
that.
got that.
What is the origin? This idiom comes from a puppeteer who pulls the strings of his puppets or marionettes to make them move or talk. I would like to claim this one because I said marionettes first.
Yeah,
You're welcome, folks.
The most obvious one, as Dan was trying
Signing
to
off.
say it.
Signing off. This
But
is
it does
Travis.
say trace the
Dan and
1860s, so
Thomas.
not
60.
Okay, what did you
far.
guys
not too far back.
Well, I
research?
think I'd say this was probably
This was one of the
pretty clean and obvious.
Totally.
But we found with many of our idioms that on their face, they do seem
Face
obvious.
value.
But as you delve deeper into the woods, you realize, wait a minute, the story here is baffling,
Is a little more-
is more nuanced than you'd think. And I think
That's a good
that's
word.
what our listeners, and I think that's
Come
what we're,
for.
That's
Yep.
what we're here for. Is
That's
we
what-
don't know. This I think illustrates the point. None of us comes in just like I know what this means. We think we have an idea. Sometimes we come in, we literally
And if
have
you do,
no
shame
idea.
on you.
Right.
Yeah.
But what we're doing here is we're
It is a
breaking
breach of
down
contract and your
barriers,
NDA.
and we are kind of reaching new heights or new depths, if
Even
you will,
new lows
or widths,
for some of us.
possibly new lows.
I just watched a nice
Probably
little
new
Nat
lows.
Geo documentary about
National Geographic
exploring the
This is Nat
deepest
Geo.
cave. We are not sponsored
Oh, I
by
want to
National
watch
Geographic.
that.
It's great.
Jimmy Chan,
No.
Jackie Chan.
No. But they are reaching new depths which is a positive thing.
Sure.
So
with sonar and things.
no, they're just with
Actual
their
people.
bodies. Yeah,
Exploring,
exploring.
they're on the ground.
So that could be good.
Boots on the ground.
Would you say that their work is groundbreaking?
Yes, because they're moving Earth with their hands
Okay.
to get.
Right.
So reaching new heights, new depths. We don't discriminate here.
No.
If you're
Or
moving in a
widths,
forward
widths, we would probably
sure. If you're moving in a forward motion, anyways.
I feel like we're time travelers.
Oh
and,
yeah,
and what
I
we're
like
doing
that.
is we're going backwards. We're going forwards. We're staying in the present, and we are gleaning, gathering, nurturing, and growing. And
I
what
like
we've done
that.
here is we've collaborated amongst ourselves to take you on a journey above and below
And
the
beyond.
English language and beyond to understand why. Why do we
say these
Why do we
things?
say what
Exactly.
we say? And when we say them, do we know what we're
Do we
saying?
really mean
Do
them?
we care? Is it worth pursuing? Probably not. And yet here we are,
Here we are.
and we sit,
But
and
yeah,
we
when we
talk.
sit in this oven and we talk about it.
and we
For
bake.
you, on your way to and fro,
and hither and dither,
and hither
yon.
and whither,
yonder.
when you get to
nary a time do
when you get to where you're going, maybe you'll have learned something that you can tell someone else, your friend.
and that's what we want.
Yeah.
We want to spread the knowledge, the joy,
And the
and
history.
dare I say, the wonder.
Yeah,
I would say it.
I dare.
I would dare you.
I dare you.
right now.
I dare you.
I dare you right now.
Hit this off my shoulder
Double
right now.
dare you.
Hit this chip off my shoulder.
Share what you
Quick
learned.
question: what does string mean in slang?
Off the top of my head,
In a
because that's
line,
obviously
in a
where my
line,
first
in a
thought
line.
is.
Right.
Wait, what? String?
Strings
Strings.
Yeah.
to fool
Cheese.
or
String-
hoax.
String someone along.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. fool
That's
them.
why I was going more with the magician thing.
Well,
What do you
more of a
think
trick.
of when
Well
you think
done.
of strung out?
Yep,
Okay.
strung,
Well, I guess
string,
I guess we can say that we all won.
Yep.
Am I right?
Let's do it.
Let's
I'm
do
not
it.
gonna say that.
Oh,
Ride on.
Ride on. Let's ride, fellow horsemen.
Oh, that's it? Was it Let's Ride?
Yeah, I like ride on.
Be gone and away with you.
Because ride on is
Right on.
Right on and ride on, like further through the night.
So with a W or with an R,
Both.
IGHT and
Like
RIDE.
like a scribe at night
3.
by candlelight, and he's holding his wrist. And he's like, I can't write anymore. Right on.
Right on.
And he was working on something
Or
really important.
Or
like an actual
intrepid
cowboy.
Hold your horses, cowboy, riding on. Or like a surfer dude after he caught an epic barrel saying,
Ride on, bro.
We have a special guest tonight. My wife
Courtney
wants to see how
Atkins.
hot it is in our
Courtney
shed.
Atkins, why don't you say hi,
Courtney, why
Courtney?
don't you say something?
Say hi, Courtney.
You are
You are
No,
live.
I want you to put the mic in
No,
front of
no,
your
no,
face.
no.
No.
Step up to the
I
mic.
want
This
you to
is your
answer one
chance to
question,
shine.
Courtney. How hot is it in here right now?
It is probably 98.7 degrees.
The
That's not
degree
bad.
difference
The
between outside and
temperature.
inside. It's
like
pretty.
probably like a
There's
30
a 40
degree.
degree swing.
Okay.
Kids want you to say goodnight.
I would love to come and
All
say
right.
goodnight. Tell them I'm on
We
my
are
way.
a very
And we'll take a
family-friendly
Exactly.
podcast.
We
are doing this for our
affirm-
children.
This is a legacy. There's no way else to define it. This is a legacy.
Sure, he'd love to be in there tucking his kids at night, but he's got
But instead,
a lot of
he is
hard
right
work
here.
here
Folks,
in the
the
studio.
sacrifices
That we
I
make
have made. My
to-
children are in bed
Yeah.
right now saying, Father, where are you to tuck me in? And I say, no, we have an episode to get through, and it is important work. Nay.
Nay.
It is essential
Nay.
work. Nay.